Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about UFC 303's main event that took place in the light heavyweight division for the light heavyweight belt between the current light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira and challenger Jiri Prochazka. The fight that happened for the second time between the two. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. I must be honest, I thought that Jiri Prochazka was going to put on a better performance than what he did last night. I guess that was in part me taking credit away from the dominance of Alex Pereira and perhaps overestimating Jiri Prochazka's abilities, or at least his potential abilities. Potential abilities against a guy like Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is not like anybody else in that lightweight division. As a matter of fact, Alex Pereira is not like anybody else on that UFC roster. The first fight between the two is a much closer affair than what UFC 303's bout turned out to be. Jiri was at least able to land some shots. But for as long as the second fight between the two lasted, which it didn't last very long, just a little over a round, it could have possibly been over that first round if there were perhaps like 10 more seconds on top of that 5. But the second fight between the two was a clinical performance from the current light heavyweight champion, Alex Pereira. The second dominant performance in, I want to say, under 4 months. Last time around against Hill, this time against Jiri Prochazka. For the second time, Jiri coming off of a win. He finished the guy last time around, and yet Alex Pereira comes in and finished Jiri Prochazka as if Jiri's an average, below average fighter. As a fighter, Jiri looked like he did not belong in there with Alex Pereira. I don't know if it's Jiri getting to himself in terms of mentality. Jiri hinted towards magic or some kind of sorcery or whatnot. I'm not saying I believe or don't believe in such thing. I believe in that if you believe in it, then you will fall victim to it, whether it's good or in a bad way. And I think it turned out to be in a bad way for Jiri Prochazka. He believes that Alex Pereira is using some kind of abnormal, let's say, supernatural spirits and powers to aid him in wins. Like I said, if Jiri believes in that, then it's true. And that will defeat him mentally before it actually does physically. I was kind of worried about this very specific aspect heading into the fight. You have to be stronger mentally than that. This is not to delve into that world. I'm not here to talk about that, but I'm here to talk about the mentality of Jiri Prochazka and what he believed in heading into the fight. I don't think there was a very helpful plan for him. I believe that added to the mystique of Alex Pereira, and that added to Jiri's fear of Alex Pereira, and ultimately gave Alex Pereira the room and the distance to do whatever he wished to do with Jiri Prochazka. Alex Pereira, on the other hand, looked phenomenal the night of UFC 303. He looked bigger than Jiri Prochazka. He was very calculated, no extra movement. And my personal opinion, Alex Pereira had Jiri Prochazka out at the end of that first round. It's very clear. If there were 5 to 10 seconds left on the clock, then that fight would have ended that first round. Jiri Prochazka was damaged, let's say, after that first round, and that was evident, in the beginning of the second round, because he seemed like he still did not recover from that knockdown that he suffered that first round, and came out that second round and took a leg kick, a perfect leg kick, which ultimately ended the fight. Alex Pereira, just a clinical performance. If there were any doubts from that first fight, if there were any questions left unanswered from that first fight, they were answered the night of UFC 303. This raises so many questions for both fighters heading into the future. Where does Alex Pereira go from here? I know that Joe Rogan did ask him about his intentions moving forward. Alex was not very clear in terms of what he wants to do next. All he said was that he wants to be active and he has no specific plans for the future. As for Jiri Prochazka, I do understand that he's contemplating the move down to 185 in the past. I'm not sure if that's the wise thing for him to do, just because as long as Alex Pereira is the champion of the division, it does not look like that Jiri Prochazka is going to be champion. Jiri has to climb his way back up to the top, which is not going to be an easy task. You're talking about 3 to 4 fights away before you're being talked about as a title contender again. As long as Alex Pereira is in town, so to say, then Jiri Prochazka can kiss that title goodbye, or he has to either move up to heavyweight or drop down to middleweight, because I think as long as Alex Pereira is the champion of the division, Jiri has, I'm sorry, but little to no hopes of becoming champion in that division, with all respect to Jiri over here. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.